voice of Seth call your name. Lost in the storm, hold your face and sword. Go fight a secret eye, win this war. We rise up higher, reach for the sky. Hold on to your weapons with pride. We rise up higher, conquer the arc. Get ready to fight for your life. We rise up, climb on, choose the highest ground. Off the pyramid of life, let the spirit get you high. 'Cause we are the kings, we are the queens. We will rise up to the top. Stand up, don't draw in the dust. The land of the sun knows the answer in your head. Hold tight, it's worth the try. Chasing for the glory in the fight. Don't run, you're the one. Bring all your dreams to the glorious kingdom. Are you hearing the voice of Seth call your name? Lost in the storm, hold your face and sword. Go fight a secret eye, win this war. We rise up higher, reach for the sky. Hold on to your weapons with pride. We rise up higher, conquer the arc. Get ready to fight for your life. We rise up, climb on, choose the highest ground. Off the pyramid of life, let the spirit get you high. 'Cause we are the kings, we are the queens. We will rise up to the top. Even when you fall, sticks and stones may break your bones, but you are stronger than the heaviest waves. The earthquake won't shake you, 'cause you are the king, you are the queen, you are the truth of the land. You rise up higher, reach for the sky. Hold on to your weapons with pride. You rise up higher, conquer the arc. Get ready to fight for your life. You rise up, climb to the highest ground. Off the pyramid of life, let the spirit get you high. 'Cause you are the king, you are the queen. You will rise up to the top.
Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of the playoffs, Osiris League Season 4. Getting started off right here. First off, we've got in front of you Group G, which consists of two of the teams that we're going to be watching in just a few moments here, starting at 15 UTC. We have SX54, who put it to what is a juggernaut of a team, 4.2 billion power alliance, zero tolerance, Z415, going down to SX54. My goodness, a 2.5 billion team who self-described is a dark horse, a ghost team wanting to go through these playoffs and just pick off really, really solid teams on their way to try and win what is the ultimate prize, which is that nice, sweet, juicy #1 spot, and also that nice 3% training speed skin that goes along with it. They're going to be battling against a favorite in this tournament, SnC1, another 4.2 billion power alliance. Are they going to be able to replicate the same magic that they did against Z415, or are they going to come crashing down? And is SnC1 going to hopefully remain in this playoff hunt? Because here's the deal, guys. SX54 has a point already. SnC1 does not, because they lost to JST, another 2.6 billion power alliance. This group is the epitome of proving that power is not everything. Healing speed ups conquer all. Also, strategy wins these matches. And if you've got the strategy and you have either the power and or the healing speed ups, you too can be successful in Osiris League. So here's the deal. If SX54 wins, they will secure their spot in the round of 16, and SnC1 will effectively be mostly eliminated from these playoffs. There are some janky subterfuge moves that could happen, but all in all, SnC1 would have to win. JST would have to lose both of their other matches, which I just don't see happening. It's possible, but they would have to lose both of their matches, including their one today, to even have a shot. If JST wins today, and if SX54 is able to pull off the victory against SnC1, SnC1 will be eliminated from the playoffs. Another 4.2 billion power alliance going by the wayside. JST and SX54, if they can secure these top two spots, they will both have eliminated 4.2 billion alliances from the playoffs. Absolutely crazy. Let's take a peek at what's happened so far today, just as we decide to have the run-up to the jump into the match here. Song in Realm of Horus has won against 235E. 1V putting it to Super Naughty SN from 307. Woo, as a massive beating there. And then BG, if you guys did not see the matchup on this very channel 2 hours ago, you missed a doozy. BG versus Squad. BG executing flawlessly and winning their match against Squad and tying up the matchups 1-1 there. Other 15 UTC matches to keep an eye on: 114K versus K6V. The one we're watching is SX54 versus SnC1. Other ones are going to be K1254 versus LN93, 1AVG versus 166, exclamation point. JWM versus Lig, LIIG. That should be a very good one to watch as well. UCS versus 12 Kings. That should also be a doozy to watch. You've got the L3 squad, I3 squad, whatever you want to call it, versus the Smash squad. Squad versus squad here. Chiskel, my counterpart earlier in the day, fighting in his alliance and fighting for his playoff life, as he also was not able to secure victory last week. Looking to do it this week. Fate Nation versus C9N as well, looking very solid. OV versus PTAL. This is one of those matchups that everybody's looking forward to as well. OV, the previous season's champion, possibly getting eliminated in the round of 32. They have to win against PTAL to actually win this matchup to move forward in the playoffs as a possibility. It's not even guaranteed. It's just a possibility. 412A Hawks versus Northern Crown, and the last three, GX96 versus Temple Run, Z415 trying to stay in the playoffs against JST. This is a very solid match as well. And then 1008 versus SK57, the Silent Killers, rounding out the 15 UTC matches in Horus. Oh my, looking forward to seeing this matchup get started. In fact, so much so that let's go ahead and jump right on into it. SX54, let's go ahead and jump in. And here we have the amazing graphics showcasing Vanguard combatants for SX54. Very solid team, proven themselves last week against a far larger opponent in Z415. SnC1, a large opponent in and of their own right. Very strong as well, taking out some very serious teams on the way to what is a really challenge and game-defining, series-defining matchup here. Old Orca, Hawkeye, Iris, and Blood and H for key combatants for SX54. And these four players, I wish I knew how to read Korean, for SnC1. Large power numbers here, looking very strong. And here we go. We have 1 minute left until this match starts. Let's take a peek at the different teams here. SX54, let's take a peek and see if they have all of their Vanguard players. Looks like the majority. 1, 2, 3, plus 27. They have all of their players. Uh-oh, there we go. Okay. All 30 players here have already ported in for SX54. There will be no reinforcements for the blue team. Let's check out the red team in SnC1. 3 up front, plus 27 in the back. Same thing for SnC1. Both teams have all 30 Vanguards in their matches. Looking forward to seeing how these two teams go at each other. I know that SX54 had a solid strategy last week and executed it flawlessly. SnC1 did the same, however, came up just short in their loss to JST. Let's see what these two teams do to secure victory as the final 5 seconds count down.
Prepare for battle, governors. You fight for SnC.
And here we go. Here's our provisioner for SnC1. You can see. Let me go ahead and let's get the full graphics back, people. You know what I mean? Ah, I did it again. The full marches. We are here. Red versus blue. Look at the shinies coming out. Rallies coming out from this player, it looks like. Marches coming in, or just refreshing the different marches. Hard push being used by SX54. Let's jump to SX54. Speaking of which, pouring out from the field. Here is our farmer on the SX54 side. For some reason, Jelena with the farming, the provisioning, I should say, not farming. Heavy on the top side, it looks like, although it looks like a fairly even split. This is starting to round out the bottom side here. 2 outposts taken for SX54, only 1 for SnC1, but looks like this player here is about to take the other outpost. Let's see who grabs the middle. We have a couple people going in the middle here. It looks like they may be going to the outpost. Not sure. Interested to see if they have a little outpost play right up the middle. Hawkeye 99, the guy. We have a double C primary and a Genghis primary, both of which are very speedy. This is Genghis YSG, which pumps out a ton of damage. This is double C with Saladin secondary, which not so much known for the damage, but definitely speed, hopping between different provisioning nodes, which are also known as caravans. Both obelisks taken near side on both teams as well, although the other opposite side, long side for SX54 being taken, and the countdown starts first with the rally coming in right behind from Uncle Flo. No one to be seen for the SnC1 side. In fact, the rally arriving before any T1 are to be seen here. Very interesting. No T1 sent to the far side obelisk. This could be a big deal because you've got roughly 30 seconds difference between these obelisks. That means that this one's got 3 minutes. Oh, and they didn't use hard push. They did not use hard push. SnC1, did somebody forget to hit a button, or is this intentional? I'm curious to see how this plays out in favor of SnC1, because that's a big deal. This should be 30 seconds, not a minute and 30 seconds. Look at this, 30 seconds until this obelisk spawns. That means that SX54 will be able to, as long as their players don't block them, teleport into the obelisk area in 20 seconds, whereas SnC1 has 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That is a huge deal. That means rallies can actually be here before they can even port in. You have 2 minutes here. That is 140 seconds right there, 130 seconds. There's only 80 seconds left until this desert altar pops. They can teleport in, rally, and have the rally on the way before SnC can even port in to start their defense against their defensive structures. They're going to have to heavily rely on, and you can see it. Look, they're scrambling. They're pulling stuff away from the main bulk, which needs to be up here because there's going to be a main bulk from SX54. You can see it. They need as many players here as possible, but some are being drawn because they're a little bit behind here. Now, they do have Theodore primary here, which is great against a Nebuchadnezzar rally, but is it going to be enough? I think they think it will be, considering they just got marches over here, including the Jadwiga. We're going to see some Jadwiga garrisons. Interesting, interesting. This Nebu rally causing some damage here, although I believe there's going to be enough But look, there's people coming in for SX54 to possibly reinforce this rally and maybe bring in some extra damage to the obelisk to try and take it. If they can stop SnC1 from taking this structure, this could be a game changer for this matchup. All outposts and obelisk currently in favor of, and just as soon as I say that, outpost taken for SX54 from SnC1. Let's keep an eye on this obelisk. It does look like the Nebuchadnezzar is going to go down. Now SnC1 using hard push. Why the delay is my question. And now they've used hard push. Okay, looks like both buildings have gotten swapped here. Sky Altar now in favor of SX54 on the SnC1 side. Desert Altar for SX54 now in favor of SnC1 with plenty of reinforcements around. Same thing here, but swapped. SnC1 getting their defensive structure, throwing a Zenobia into it with solid garrison and reinforcement around it. Sky Altar for SX54 looking very safe. There's no red to be spoken of around here. And now they can push forward. But again, look, here we go. Cities are in for SX54. Looking at the obelisk here, they are now just being able to port in here. This is getting swarmed. Oh, could they take it? Let's see if they do it. I think they're holding it up just enough, at least to be able to get everybody ported in. There's one port right there. But here's the thing. They just got their teleports because it just captured. Here it goes. But look at the mess it's causing with how to teleport in. Usually you want all of your garrison or your ralliers right here at the front. So that's less territory you've got to run across. It's quicker to reinforce the Shrine of Life, which is now in SX54's hands, guys. This is exciting. Now Shrine of War going down in favor of SX54. What were these guys doing? You should have swapped out some building troops here. Oh no. The altars are even, but the rest of the map is not. SX54 putting on some moves very quickly and still causing some struggle and issue over here at the obelisk, although this ISS and Ramses will go down now finally. But my goodness, I think not hitting hard push for SnC1 at the very beginning was a mistake. It seems like it was because they actually hit it after everything was already captured. That was a mistake. I think that was just a mistake. Unless we're missing some grand strategy, I just don't see the reason why you would delay doing hard push until after you've captured the structures, because you won't get the reduction of the 1 minute after you've captured it. Shrine of War still in favor of SX54 with field support, looking very strong for the blue team as we look to, at 5 minutes until the arc spawns, move to the middle. Creed and Serena here holding strong with MXV. Crazy Rage going to the middle with his 4 marches, or at least attacking some things on the way to the middle. That's the way to do it right there. Take that XY out. You want to get him out of there. Get that speedy Cav march out of there. If you're SX54, you got to be happy with the start that you got right now. Holding on to 3 of your enemy's structures right now, having the altar and the Shrine of War and the Shrine of Life all in your favor. Now, as soon as you can get your own Desert Altar back, which will be very strong, and looks like they will with this kind of swarm, SnC1 pulling away from that Desert Altar finally and going to the middle. But look at SX54. They have players on both sides. So does SnC1, coming in from both their own Desert Altar and their enemy's Desert Altar. Looks like finally SX54 has their own Desert Altar back, and now they own 3 point generating. Oh my, and this Attila's looking strong too. Look at this. SnC1 just not able to do this. Trajan Herald rally coming from SnC1. You know, we talked about it earlier in the last match. It was fun to watch, but I just don't know if this is the solid this is the solid rally pair that you want to have going against your own Sky Altar here to get this back. My goodness. These guys just I'm not sure what they're doing. This isn't going to survive. SX54 will hold on to this. Let's check the middle. SX54 getting pushed off the middle, however. SnC1 committing heavily towards its capture. Look at this. Crazy Rage still going after that XY. XY running around, and this is why XY is one of the best arc carriers in the game. Look how fast he is. Now, this is XY Saladin. If this was double C XY, he would be even faster, of course, with the mobility talent tree and the mobility skills of double C versus Saladin, but still very strong play from both SnC1 in the middle and SX54 all across the map. Almost entirely blue, by the way. Desert Altar, only thing standing between all the main structures being in blue territory hands, and SX54 really putting on a show here. 2 obelisks, 2 outposts, and 1 Desert Altar in favor of SnC1. Let's keep it on the middle here, see what's going on. SnC1 just literally steamrolling here. You can see steamrolling down to the bottom here, but I don't know. SX54 coming in with reserves en masse and holding their own. Look at this. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you can see the dots. We have a big mass of blue here holding their own at least. Now, red coming in heavy with Crazy Rage. Look at Crazy Rage. I would take this guy out. I would take this this guy out right here. This this Saladin primary. But he's got to get out of there, right? Like he can't keep going the way he's going. These matches, guys, these matches have been absolutely crazy. Red team members going quickly. There's 1 blue team member right there losing its life. Still looking at the map here, Shrine of War is now being contested. Shrine of Life also on the bottom lane went in favor of SnC1, but being recontested again. Man, look at this. Look at the points per minute total. 850 points per minute in favor of SX54 versus only 250 for SnC1. This is a big deal. This is 600 points per minute. Every minute, it starts to stack up very quickly. Almost 4,000 points in favor of SX54 already, with only 10 minutes gone in the matchup. 4,000 point benefit for SX54 over SnC1. More and more pouring into the middle from SX54 as well. I wonder if this will diminish any of their current structures. Let me see the Shrine of War here. Theodora looking like it's holding strong. These SnC1 marches are really starting to pour past the Shrine of War in favor of going to the middle. I wonder if this is a mistake. Not only do you want the arc, but you want your buildings back. And now having lost again the Sky Altar and the Shrine of War in favor of a 3,000 point arc, which you're not even guaranteed to win. 20 seconds until this spawns. SnC1 getting pushed back by the blue team to the temple. Now it is anyone's arc to grab. Well done for SX54, capturing the open field at the top and then pushing right on top of the temple as the arc is supposed to be spawning. And now it's open. Let's see if anybody starts to try and grab it or if they want to clear the open field first. Now we start to see some SX54 start to lose their marches and go back with a sad face. More for SX54, 1 or 2 going back for SnC1. It's looking like it might start to be swinging in favor of SnC1, including the fact that they have the arc and he is moving with a Chandra army, but it is getting targeted down instantly. William Joe up front here, Creed up front here, trying to drop the arc carrier as best they can. Looks like Ronald as well is trying to do the same. Dak attack, trying to catch up with that infantry march, but just really slow, even though infantry with Alex is as speedy as it can get. There goes down the Ark of Osiris. Hard push being used on the field as well. Also, buffs for SnC1 getting used. Now SX54 has the arc. Can he move it down the field a lot? He's got it. He's not moving. There he goes. Now he's starting to move. He is also about to go down. There it goes. More and more coming for SX54. They could actually capture this arc, still owning 2 structures of SnC1 and holding, although this one looks like it may finally start to go down. They're starting to pull some people from the middle to recapture their structures, but SX54 pouring in just enough to keep it up at least. Now let's check over at this Sky Altar. Sky Altar is looking rough too. It's about to go down back onto the red team, finally generating hopefully some points. 1 minute having used that hard push skill earlier. They finally do get that building back, looking to maybe build some structure. And look, Shrine of War going down in favor of SnC1. They need to do this. They need to do this to get back in this game. They're already down almost 5,000 points. In fact, over 5,000 points. And that is not including an arc capture, guys. That's huge. So we're still at 540 points per minute versus 330. Still in favor of the blue team. 10,000 points already generated for SX54, and they are still contesting this Ark of Osiris people. Now, they need to be careful. They don't want to give away the lead they've gotten by letting their buildings start to lose steam here. SX54 players that would probably normally be keeping this Shrine of War safe, going to the middle to try and recapture this Ark, and they're doing a good job here. Look, you've got an Ark runner for the blue team. I can't see who it is because it is so covered. Looks like Axel Swiss has it with his XY. I'm telling you that march is so fast. Look how fast it is. I think XY should be secondary, though. That being said, he is going very fast. When he is tapped, his march speed increases, people. So very solid there. Very good movement. It's back to basically even. And now SX54 looks to have the open field starting to secure. They may actually capture this Ark along with having those buildings for as long as they did. If they can grab this Shrine of War back, they'll be in very good shape. Let's look at the Shrine of Life, too heavily contested. My goodness, Rally and Swarm. And I like this Attila Takeda rally. I know it's not the best anymore with your Nebu rallies and your Guan rallies, and we just saw a Trajan Herald rally earlier for SnC1, but it's solid. It's harder to swarm it down, and if you do swarm it down, the marches you're going to use on the open field to take out the swarmers are going to be heavily, heavily reduced. So looking at this here, you've got SnC1 holding with what looks like I think it's a Theodora behind there. I can't quite see. Yep, as a Zenobia behind there. And I think it looks like maybe SnC1 has just enough to keep this structure afloat. This Genghis is not going to do the job. The strobe here is not going to quite do the job, but very, very close. Very, very close. Jadwiga holding strong in the Shrine of War here, although heavily susceptible to a swarm is Jadwiga. And we've got Guan. Is this Guan Leo? Yeah, I think this is Guan Leo. Guan Leo rally. We also have a Alex Herald swarm. We've got a Guan Leo swarm as well. We have William Joe just kind of hanging out, waiting for him to get back into the garrison. But it looks like, again, this Ark is going down in favor of Crazy Rage. Look, Crazy Rage made his appearance. He's back in the mix with his double C primary, moving that Ark forward. Oh, my goodness. I wonder what he has as secondary to that. Looks like a Mina. Looks like a Mina secondary. I would really love to see a double C primary with XY secondary grab this Ark and just bolt with it, especially if you had an extra like Swift Stride skill for your Alliance skill points. Oh my goodness, that would be blazing fast. 50% health, you know, the whole shebang, right? Now this is an XY primary from Ronald, and he is taking it not to the outpost, but going up towards the obelisk area here, trying to keep it safe. Safe move, and by the way, up by still 6,000. 5,000 points. Looks like 5,000 points still. And now the points are tilted in favor of SnC1 by just a little bit. They need to get their structures back. It looks like it's even up right now, waiting for the points to start generating for the Shrine of War here. And then again, of course, looking to capture this Ark, which they have effectively snagged from the jaws of SnC1. Wow. Continuing to move this Ark forward. The Shrine of War contested in favor of this SX54 rally from Uncle Flo. This will be close, but I think if everything is equaled up, this Attila rally should win. It's looking like the Shrine of War is taking some significant losses, although the heals are coming in strong and heavy. I think that this garrison has a lot less garrison players than does the rally have rally players. SnC1 moving forward instead of garrisoning this structure. I wonder if that's going to be a solid play or if that's going to be a mistake. Ark still on the ground, but SX54 clearing the open field. This player wanting to see if maybe he can contribute in any way possible by slow marching his way all the way back to the Sky Altar. I'm not sure if that's a good play or if you should kill yourself and then go back to your city so you can get there faster and get your march out faster as well. But that's what he's doing. So then we've got more players. Look at all these players from SnC1. They're not giving up on this Ark yet. They want this Ark. They need it, really. I mean, we're talking about 5,000 points in favor of SX54 right now. And again, They have more points per minute for SX54 now. They are now in the driver's seat, not only with the arc, but also with the points per minute total, and now have effectively the Shrine of War, which that Attila rally did take it, and they also have the Shrine of Life at the bottom. They were able to swarm that down. Oh my goodness, just taking structures while also trying to capture this arc. This is huge. Looks like Axel Swiss again with the double C primary. What does he have secondary? What does he have secondary? Is that an Ethelfled? I feel like that's an Ethelfled. No, it's an Attila. It's an Attila. Interesting. Interesting combo. He's just getting speedy Cav onto the field. I don't blame him. But again, top side, all offensive structures are taken for SX54. Nothing is available except the obelisk for SnC1. I'm curious to see if they're able to bounce back from this. You have XY Rally coming out, going to the Shrine of Life over here with a double C primary. I don't understand the double C primary standing alone by himself up here, but he's here and he's probably going to help, probably reinforce or something like that. He's probably also trying to kill some provisioners around here too, would be my guess. And now where's the arc going? It's still going to the, it looked like it came down a little bit. So arc's still going in favor of SX54 here. Also occupying the Sky Altar as well. I believe that's this one. Or maybe it's this one. Oh, they've had them both for a while. Let's keep an eye on the arc here. Ronald barely holding on, just finally going down here. Let's see if they hold on to the arc or if they decide to cap it and continue the barrage. I think at least holding the arc for a little bit, allowing them to reset, will be a solid play here. I think SX54 is in the driver's seat as well with almost a 6,000 point lead now. Points per minute total favoring blue by a long shot. 900 points per minute versus 280 points per minute. Oh my. The points per minute total is significant for SX54 and having almost what is now double the score of SnC1 and having control of the arc. This is looking very positive for SX54 to topple yet another 4 billion alliance. Now this match is not over by any means. SnC1 can turn this around with an arc capture of their own and some solid structure play, but they need to get their structures back very quickly, not being helped by Theodora being in that Sky Altar for SX54. Same thing here, Theodora in the front. My goodness, they have a plan, don't they? Theodora in the front, capturing structures and holding it. That is a solid play. That means any troop type can jump in that building and get some bonus points using those leadership talent trees alongside of the garrison trees that Theodora provides. SX doing a fantastic job clearing the open field. SnC1 still trying to stream more in, thinking better of it, I believe, as this player, knowing that, hey, there's 20 players here, there's 20 marches here. What's the point to send my marches in there to just get swarmed down into nothingness? This guy, however, says, you know what? Worth it. I'm going to go over here and try and grab this arc and then solo YOLO this thing all the way back to my, okay, I'm almost dead. I'm still trying to get it. It's still happening. I'm gonna do this. No, wait. Okay, now I'm just gonna stop. Just gonna stop here and take it. And now I'm dead. Okay. So Ices ends the stalemate with a sliver of health Guan. It looks like they're going to maintain control of this arc. And now solo YOLO again. This Constantine saying, you know what? I can do this. I can heal myself half health with a Joan behind. I mean, just the sheer amount of buffs. SX54 will in fact just run away because look at the buffs and the debuffs that I'm doing right now. He's making everybody run. Look at this. This Constantine is making everyone run. I mean, well done to this SnC1 player. Don't make me buff you. Don't make me debuff you. I'm going to do it. And now this Constantine's chasing these SX54 down. And now he's going back for more. He's like, you know what? This city is the place to be. This is definitely a smart move by this player because he wants his troops back quickly. He's going to kill his march on the city. I don't know why it was there in the first place. However, smart moves are now being generated, although at what expense? SnC1, he was the distraction. Now SnC1 has this Desert Altar. My goodness. Was that the distraction? That Constantine Joan, was that the distraction that led to the capture of this Desert Altar so that they could garrison it with Guan? What is happening? Now it's back in favor of SX54. Oh no. But at least the structures are starting to line up in favor of each respective team, although now we've got a double C primary, Genghis secondary running around killing farmers, which is exactly what SnC1 needs to do to get back into this match. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're now at a 8,300 point match in favor of SX54. They has still got a 3,000 point arc just chilling over here as well. So in all reality, this is an 11,000 point match in favor of SX54. SX54 dominating this matchup. SnC1 needs to make some moves, and they need to make them now. They need to take all these structures. They need to kill all the provisioners, which is what they're doing. They also need to provision like crazy on their own side, and they need the next arc or two. And I wonder if we'll see another full arc hold like we saw in the match at 13 UTC by BG, SX54 holding this arc and starting to try and make this a 2-arc matchup. For those that are unaware, first off, we have 3 arcs or 3 altars now in favor of SnC1 with Jadwiga primary holding this forward sky altar. Again, not a huge fan of Jadwiga primary on forward structures. Okay on defensive because you can anti-swarm them, but Jadwiga not great to the swarm. So on the offensive side, I expect to see SX54 really swarm this thing down. However, SnC1 has committed quite a bit of troops up here, not only to garrison the structure, but also to open field clear with these other marches from SX54. So that looks to at least be in... this is going to be in SnC1's favor for quite some time, I think. And with that being said, let's jump over to the Shrine of War, looking like it could possibly go down as well, although SnC1 heavily owning the area. But still, this swarm, with some more coming into it, could, well, not with double C primary. Double C primary is not going to help. But hard push being used by SnC1 as well. SX54, however, taking the provisioning route, saying, you know what? Let's do some extra provisioning. Let's do some of that. Let's get some of those sweet, sweet coins coming from the caravans. Oh my. Oh my. Another Trajan rally offensively coming out. Is this again a Trajan Herald rally? I believe it is. Trajan Herald rolling out like it was meant to be there all along. Let's see how this Trajan Herald rally impacts this Desert Altar. Now it's 2-2. The Sky Altar, by the way, over here getting taken by SX54. So that is something. It's at least evened up. Points per minute wise, SnC1 now in favor, 560 to 470. So 90 points per minute in favor of SnC1. Now this is a heavy, the mixed troop. It's definitely mixed troop, but it's heavy infantry. You can tell. They've got 4 lines of infantry with only 1 line of archers and 1 line of cav. But I want you to take a peek at how these different troop types start to dwindle. Even though it's not even from the original disbursement of the troops, you may actually see infantry die first before the archers or the cav. Take a peek at this as we continue to go along. By the way, this Herald rally is getting melted because it's getting swarmed. So assuming that SX could possibly win this match, if JST, which I don't know the score for their match yet either, if they happen to win against Z415 too, they could possibly be playing for first or second place, which could affect how the playoffs for the round of 16 are played out, because that changes your opponent, whether you're the first or the second seed coming out of your group. Now, next week, we're going to see JST and SX54 play each other one way or another. And speaking of which, SX54 grabbing this structure, or at least holding this structure, I should say. The Trajan rally did not make it. We have some swarms still coming out here that are finally getting cleaned up by SX54. SnC1 using Insatiable Desire as well to counter what SX54 did earlier. Now it looks like Ice is still moving around a little bit with the arc. With 8 minutes until this arc resets, maybe making one of those big brain plays from earlier that BG did and go to one of these caravans and gather some things with your Guan while you're just sitting there. At least get something for standing alone with one march. Just a thought. Obviously, that does open up some bit of spot for some trickery, but it's still very much heavily in your zone. As long as you don't completely give up your obelisk area, you should be in good shape. SX54 looking very strong, holding this building with heavy swarm on it from SnC1. I don't see a rally. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't see an actual rally from SnC1. I think this is just swarm, and that's why the swarm is going down so quickly. But I will say this is Zenobia holding up very strong for SX54. Very, very strong indeed. Shrine of War here under contest as well. We do have an Until It's Cater rally. Is being swarmed by SnC1, but you can see the health very, very low. The structure, though, heavy, heavy swarm from SX54. I just hate to see mobility primary commanders swarming, though. Just not a fan of what they do. And then on top of that, this is a Takeda Mulan march, which, swarm, not so much. I'd rather have a skill damage commander on this swarm. However, they do take it. Having Guans and Ethelfleds and Heralds and Chandraguptas all doing the job that's needed there, and getting the buffs from Mulan and from Takeda as well. The damage, the increased normal damage to target is very nice. So the Shrine of War goes down in favor of SX54. Now they have 2 Shrines of War, and guess what? 6 minutes left until they can possibly lose this arc. So just, they got to pay attention, guys. They got to pay attention. If somehow and SnC1 is able to ninja capture this obelisk, this guy is very low. They could easily just quickly capture it, grab it with a Richard March, and then just walk it over. And as long as you can hold that obelisk, it can be captured on offensive ground. So that being said, Desert Altar going down as well in favor of SnC1. Then quickly transitioning over to the Shrine of Life, which likely has a rally and swarm coming. Here you go, right here. Looks like there's some coming from SnC1. I wonder if this is the play as well. They could be pulling a squad maybe and all bringing all of your troops to the top here, and then pinging from the Shrine of Life up to the obelisk. I'm pulling it out of my rear here. There's no way that's possibly going to happen, but that's what it would look like if it was going to happen. More swarm here from SX54 trying to get their structure back. I don't know if it's going to be enough here. That Guan is holding up nicely, at least a little bit. We've got some Saladin, Minna, Richard, Alex, Leonidas, and more Alex. The ones that are causing the most damage are the ones that are actually lowest in health with this XY, this Saladin William. This Saladin's half health, the Minna's half health. They are going to be able to take it back, but then SnC1 grabs the other Sky Altar over here on the bottom lane and now has a Theodora inside there. This could spell trouble. We need to make sure, if we're SX54, right, we want to keep this relatively even. 400 to 480 is relatively even in my opinion right now, but if we're starting to lose altars, we're going to start to see big chunks of points per minute start to fall away, and then it could start to get out of hand. Now again, we are sitting on a SX54 is sitting on an 8,000 point lead with 3,000 points sitting in the bank, being held by ISIS right now with 4 minutes until this arc resets here. Now again, here we have the Sky Altar. Looks like it might go down for SX54 here. Proper rally and swarm. This will definitely go down in favor of SX54. Just enough troops coming in here. That's helping keep this YSS-led garrison alive a little bit longer. There, just at the last second. I don't know why they were waiting until it was just a sliver of health to do this. Okay, this guy pulling out some troops to put those in. Well done on the troop swap there. And it looks like this Ethelflaed and Guan are trying to mow through the swarming armies here, but you have a rally plus swarm as well. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Constantine is not going to be able to do enough open field damage to warrant this. You need to put that guy in. That's exactly what he did. Trajan on the open field, a lot better help. That's the way you do the swarm. Well done. Some more SX54 help coming in from the top here too. But look at this. SnC1 also contesting this Shrine of Life and holding it. Now a Constantine holding the Sky Altar, by the way. And now it's back to Zenobia Theo. Look at that. So, well done to SNC's defensive crew here. That looked like it was going to be an easy take for SX54, but at the last second, there were multiple exchanges for SnC1 to keep that building in the red color. Let's go over to the other Sky Altar here. Trajan-led garrison immediately goes down. The cold is in the cold right now, going back home with a sad face. However, look at how many troops are here. We have 2 minutes left as well, by the way, on this arc. I always get wary. I always get wary of when we get to that 1 to 2 minute mark because, man, I just don't know if I want to be that risky. What happens if this player's internet goes down, or what happens if this player crashes and can't get back into the match? I just get so scared for these teams that do this play. It's a high-risk play no matter what you think about it. If this is a safe area, that's one thing, but this is a high-risk play. And now you've got a Saladin right beside it who may accidentally kill the Arc Carrier with the AoE from William. In fact, he can go ahead and do it right now. Just tap him. Just tap him and take it. And then you can take it and move it away here, causing it to maybe even... That's the play, guys. Grab it and run. It's only got a 1 minute timer. Oh, no, if you kill it, it'll reset it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I was trying to come up with a next level play there, but if you kill the Arc Carrier, it will reset the Arc itself. And unless you're able to capture it, that's going to reset the timer, and you're not going to be able to do that. Bummer. Looking for more targets is this player here, trying to find some more provisioning targets. Arc is successfully captured. I can't believe he just sat there while all that was happening. I would have gotten itchy. I would have gotten itchy fingers, and I would have just dropped it right on in there. All right, here we go. Now look to reset SX54. Everything from a structure point is even. 590 points per minute versus 510 in favor of SnC1 because there is a structure they just got back. I want to say it was the Shrine of Life? Yeah. Shrine of Life, 45 seconds left. Then it will be even, 590 versus 590. However, the point totals tell a different story. Almost 11,000 points in favor of SX54 when all is said and done, with 18 minutes, 50 seconds left. 7 minutes, 15 seconds until the Arc spawns again. There will be one more Arc, but will it be captured with SX54 doing a hard push right now? And look at that. Grabbing a hard push right before capturing that Shrine of War. That gave them the 1 minute discount there, and now they're trying to capture the structure on the fly. They'll probably start to stream some troops. Here we go. Here comes some troops coming in from the top side here. But hold on. Here comes SnC1 with a move of their own, trying to take the Desert Altar away from SX54. That will slow the reinforce from the top. However, Theodore Primary should help. But 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I don't know if that was a waste of a hard push or not. Having all these buildings blinking is definitely difficult to manage and maintain if you are the defender. Look at this. Look at the swarm. Will they be able to reinforce this Jadwiga quickly enough? They are not able to do that. SX54 able to capture. I think they had a proper garrison up here. Usually it's a Theodore Primary. Let's see if you see a switch over. Right now it's a Leo primary, which is not bad if you think about it. He's super tanky, super defensive, but only if it's full infantry. If it's not full infantry, not the best in the world. I don't see a switch happening either, so this may actually just be a thing. Now SN have to decide, go for buildings or arc. You mean SnC1. Because right now they're losing all their buildings. They just got their Shrine of War back, but they have now 3 altars on the blue. It's not ticking yet for blue, but it will be. And now they just got their Shrine of War back, did SnC1. So now they need to figure out, are they going to commit to more points going this way? 5.5 minutes left until the arc spawns. SX54 already in the middle. Kill that guy getting reserves, Crazy Rage. Don't let him sit there and take all your points. Kill him while he is in the caravan. That way he doesn't get any of the points. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill. Get it done. He goes in favor of maybe getting a better position on the Temple of Osiris. That now gone, and probably wouldn't have been able to kill him in time with that being a full March Charles. There's no way the SX54 player there would have been able to take him out, but you never know until you know, right? Yeah, points per minute is just really racking up. 620 versus 259 points per minute in favor of SX54. SnC1 starting to come to the middle, knowing they need this arc. This is a 3,500 point arc with 16 minutes left. They need this arc. They need to take all the structures, and they need to win the provisioning game for SnC1 to come out on top in this matchup. And I just don't see, with how well SX54 has executed their strategy from start to finish here, how they could possibly have any or all of those things happen. JWM losing, evidently, according to chat. Not 100% if that's accurate, because I can't see myself, but that could also be a thing.
SX forces have captured a Shrine of Light.
So, fight in the middle already starting. SX51 or SS54 kind of let them get surrounded here. I don't know if this was the right play, but I don't think there's really a wrong play at this point either. Do you stay and kind of start to fight the skirmish now, or do you push knowing that SnC1 is pushing hard? Look at all these SnC1 marches. They are going all in for the middle. They know they need this 3,500 points. But again, at what cost is this going to take? The Sky Altar is in favor of the red team, SnC1, with Jadwiga coming to reinforce and try and garrison this structure. Wu currently the garrison leader. If they could swap it to... I don't know if you want to swap it to Jadwiga. You got infantry rally on here, which Jadwiga takes extra damage to infantry. This isn't going to stay. Yeah, look at that. There's not enough troops in there. That's definitely going to go back to the blue team, SX54. Let's look at the Desert Altar here. Only one player with a half-dead double C primary march here helping defend this critical Desert Altar structure. I'm curious if SX54 will all go to the middle as well, or if they'll go ahead and retake all these structures. If it was me, I would just take the structures. I mean, look at how many players are coming in for SnC1. They're going all in. YOLO for that arc. They do not care. They want that arc. They want it now. They don't want to wait. This Richard Rally, or no, this Richard Swarm, not going to cut it. Taking a look at these two players here, both going after the outpost here on the back end for SX54. Looks like the outpost going in favor of SX54. SnC1 losing an outpost here to SX54. 2-1 march. Here comes some more. Oh, that's curious. Why are they half dead? Coming from the starting area. Weird. Well, Rumpel over here causing some rumples in the provisioning plans for SnC1 as well. Looks like he's been trying to tap a few of these caravans too. Every little bit counts, guys. And right now, SX54 in the driver's seat, really putting it to SnC1. To the death, being used assumedly in the middle, and it is. All those red players are looking mighty fine with that to the death animation all over them. And SX54 getting sent back in body bags with sad faces painted on them. Yeah, no problem. No problem. This is all happening. No problem. Shrine of War going down in favor of SX54 as well. SnC1 taking their outposts back, which that's good for them. That's 90 points per minute with all 3 ticking in their favor. SnC1 going heavy in for this arc, and unfortunately 45 seconds left for SX54 to get back to the Temple of Osiris. SnC1 basically owning the temple area. They wanted this bad. Now a sneaky little Saladin making its way through. A Saladin and a XY. Looks like XY. Let's zoom in on that. XY. Is that double C XY? XY double C? XY William. Yeah, XY William. And now they're starting to spread out a little bit. Again, some players from SX54 trying to make it to the middle. Axel Swiss looking to come in hot and try and grab this structure, although SX54 is way outnumbered right now by SnC1. SnC1 losing their Shrine of Life, losing their Shrine of War, losing their Sky Altar here on the top lane here as well, with SX54 heavily reinforcing. They did exactly what I said they should do, which is go heavy on structures and just keep them entertained in the middle. I mean, give them something to fight. Interrupt them trying to get the actual the arc captured. It's an 11 minutes left in the matchup with looks like this Saladin has it and is moving quite fast because they use the speed skill, but Axel Swiss trying to take him down. It might not be enough. Double C Attila also trying to take this this arc carrier down. This is actually Double C who has it. SnC1 here. This player here has the arc and is moving it back, although still half health. In fact, actually helped him activating the charge talent for this player, assuming that he actually built his Double C primary correctly and has charge on his cav tree. SX54 trying to still grab a hold of this arc, or at least the arc carrier, and drop him, make him wait a little bit longer. If they can capture this very quickly, they may have the opportunity to grab another arc, which could make a difference here, guys. If SnC1 can get this in the bag right away, that will leave roughly, let me see, 30 seconds. So that, it would have to be an instant capture and take and instant capture the second time as well for this to possibly work. Sarah coming in hot. Afro Sarah coming in hot from the back here, looking like she's trying to cause some destruction. She will definitely take down that Double C before he captures the Ark of Osiris with those marches. Yep, here we go. It is right beside the building, though, so this could be a big difference here. Ark is down right beside the desert altar. Now, here's the question, right? What's in here? What's in here? Are they going to start swarming this and take it and capture the arc? Is SX54 going to take this and grab it and then capture it inside the desert altar? There's plenty of reinforcements from SnC1 clearly able to jump in at their convenience. But this arc was grabbed by Sarah for a half a second and then immediately dropped again. But maybe they've got enough here now to where SX54 could grab it and then start working their way down towards their obelisk. Nope. Looks like SnC1 grabbed it. They're trying to move it forward. I think they will, just simply because it's going to be so hard to click. There you go. Arc is captured, but only 8 minutes and 50 seconds left. With 8 minutes and 10 seconds until the arc spawns, there is a 0% chance that another arc will be captured in this match. That means that the only things that matter now are structures and provisioning. Provisioning more than anything else. Now, I will say, 9,000 points of provisioning is a tall task, let alone 9,000 extra points, especially considering SX54 has been popping Insatiable Desire non-stop all match. And they know it. Look at this. Afro Sarah going out to gather. They know exactly what they need to do. They need to keep increasing that gathering lead, that provisioning lead. They need to make sure these caravans are full of people gathering the resources. Make sure not to get killed inside the caravan so you don't lose the troops. And you got to be continuing to pressure these buildings, which is exactly what Axel Swiss is doing right here alongside of Creed, although Uncle Flo's rally is looking mighty sus, getting swarmed down. And this Xeno is looking very strong. 740 points per minute in favor of SX54. Also saw some a healing skill being used there. Timely support, I think, is what I saw. I don't know where it was used. Maybe over here? Not sure. It was definitely used. Timely support is a healing skill. I believe it's for the whole team? Or it might be an AoE point-based skill. Not sure, but I didn't see it pop anywhere, so it might be a whole team thing. Keep in mind as well, guys, this is supposedly Kingdom 254's third team, quote unquote. Like, this is their third team in the Osiris League team, because you've got TR, you've got TRO, you've got SX54, you got TRP. I mean, all these different teams. This is supposed to be their third team. So, and they're making big moves. In fact, you know, I saw TR fight earlier. I wonder who would win between SX54 and TR. I mean, the SX54 is putting on a show that's that good. Insatiable desire for SnC1. 6.5 minutes left, guys. I think it's just too little too late. 10,000 point delta in favor of SX54. SnC1 really, really doing their best, but I mean, it just feels like they're reacting to everything. It just feels like they're reacting to everything. They're not setting the pace of the match, which, you know, it's one of those things that you don't necessarily have a game plan where rule number one, structure number one is to take control of the match and dictate the pace of gameplay. Like, that's not a thing. That's just something that happens based on your strategy and your execution of that strategy. And SX54 doing exactly that. Now look at this. Open field marches around this Sky Altar. Sky Altar holding strong with Xeno as well. It looks like their game plan, SX54, Sin of Pride coming in here with some YOLO siege units with Constantine primary. I don't know if siege units is the reason for the season, but he's bringing them in anyway. Look at this. 590 points per minute in favor of SX54. He's going to throw him in that building. It's not going to help him. I mean, that's not going to help. Siege units take extra damage from all unit types. That's why you don't use siege units in Garrison, especially for Arc, because Arc, you don't have to worry about filling hospitals. Now, good thing, he's not even filling the actual structure. He's just hiding behind it. Let me see if I can find him. Sin of Pride, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You're just kind of sitting there. I'm curious. Did he think that he put them in the actual building and it just was a misclick? Or is he truly trying to hide these ninja siege? There we go. Nope, he did not. There we go. Now we're in. All right. Coming in hot. All right, Beijun. Coming in with a city rally. Looks like Isis, who was one of the first art capturers, getting his city rallied. Is this going to be a break, or is this going to be an actual city rally? Still a 10,600 point game in favor of SX54. All buildings equaled up, 590 to 510. SnC1 still waiting on one of their buildings to start ticking. This used to have the ticker when you expanded it out, but it does not anymore. Beijun going hardcore. Nope, breaking the rally. CC primary being used right there. Is this to kill provisioners? I guess it is. I guess this is to kill provisioners. Only 2 marches, though. Could have easily done that to this outpost instead, and not really lost too many troops. Crazy Rage doing some farming, even though he was also in the middle trying to capture structures and capture Ark of Osiris's. Not too big to do a little provisioning, you know? Taking a page out of Farmer Howard book and just doing some provisioning, you know? Contributing to the team. Some open field fights over here as well. Double C, no. Genghis Garrison for SX54. Looking very strong. Also looking like it's about to go down. So this is probably short-lived on this Shrine of War, but again, stopping the points ticking is just as good as at least capturing it for a second, because you don't get points either way. All right, back down in favor of SnC1. Looks like they'll go ahead and start to reposition that stuff. SX54 holding strong with the Zenobia. Again, this has been all match, guys. Zenobia garrisons on the home front, Theodora garrisons on the opposing front. More MXV Tier 1 Siege coming back, trying to get those provision points as much as possible. Looks like everybody contributing on the provisioning as much as possible, while also defending their structures and taking a few. Look at this. Sky Author down and almost captured in favor of SX54. And SnC1 not knowing what to do about it. Also hitting hard push. Problem is you got to actually take the structures for hard push to do anything. 1 minute, 50 seconds left. I'm just not sure if that's going to be enough time for SnC1 to actually do much from a structure standpoint. We're talking about provisions, baby. Yes, we're talking about provisions. Look at this Sky Author about to go down, or at least being contested. Not about to go down, I should say. But SnC1 has the beef up here to make it go down if they want to, I think. But SX54 also pouring some troops down here too. It needs to happen fast if they're going to do it. They do have the right troops. You have a Chandra debuffing. You have heavy skill damage from Edward. You've got more heavy skill damage from Nebuchadnezzar. Silence and skill damage from Guan. You've got the right troops. It's almost down. Where is the Constantine with Siege that we need from SX54? Where is that at now? We need it. I need the Siege. Sin of Pride. My man. My man. A little too late, though. It is now in favor of SnC1. SnC1 has the Sky Author. Those Siege just did not make it in time. We called for it. We knew we needed it. And now it is swarming. Constantine with Siege is swarming this structure, doing what it needs to do, contributing heavily. All these fighters doing what they need to do. And let's take a peek. So, by the way, that Constantine holding strong with the Siege right there. Incredible. Is he actually attacking, or it looks like he's attacking. He's flashing red. But he also looks very far away from the structure. I wonder if it's just standing there and getting hit by AoE. There we go. He definitely turned. He's a tick. Oh, no, that's over. Look at that. Look at that. Top 16 for SX54. Finally, after all these years, Strobe with the MVP for SX54. 166,639 individual score from Alliance already zeroed. In the kingdom of Soyakaro, 254. What a match, guys. So the first two matches of the day in the 13 and 15 UTC hour, both technical battles being won by really expertly played, highly executed teams. Let's go ahead and jump back into the studio here, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this stream. All right, everybody. So, wow, what a match. Let's go ahead and jump over here to the battle complete screen, the summary screen of what was a contentious battle between two strong teams, one of which was nearly half the power of their opponent and ended up coming out victorious. Let's throw those GGs in the chat to congratulate SX54. Wow, what an amazing match to watch here. 34,000 occupation score really proved to be the difference maker for SX54 over SnC1. SnC1 winning not only the Ark of Osiris point score, but also the provisions point score. That is telling. That means it's not okay to just win the one, because provisions are just the extra, right? They are required. They are necessary, but they don't need to be something you win. Occupation score and or Ark of Osiris score is really where the wins and losses happen. Total kills roughly even, about 3.5 million difference in favor of SX54, which is a little surprising, but look at the units healed. 35 million units healed for SX54 versus 12.7 million for SnC1. That is just That's just the medicine of having a heavy KVK and not having a very high troop count after having a harsh KVK, needing to heal to stay in the matchups and bring the troops to the field that are required. So well done to both teams here. SX54 coming victorious over SnC1. Let's go check out the rest of the matches that happened. I'm seeing in chat that we've had some upsets and we've had some winners that people may not have thought would happen. So let's look at the 15 UTC matches. First off, 114K winning over K6B. SX54, you just saw taking out a 4.2 billion alliance again, SnC1. Congratulations to SX54 for their victory and effectively eliminating SnC1. That is a huge match and a huge deal. K1374 winning against LN93. JWM going down by 1,000 points to Lig. This is a huge deal, guys. This is a huge deal and one that people were possibly highlighting as a thing that could happen. I hate the fact that this banner is stuck. I apologize. But this is a big deal. So JWM now 1-1. If they lose their next match, they could possibly be eliminated from the playoffs before even reaching the round of 16, which I don't think has ever happened for them. Okay. 1 AVG beating 166, although it looks to be a very close match. UCS taking down 12 Kings. FN losing to C9N, which C9N, I believe, beat Smash Squad last week. So they're basically cemented in as a finalist for the round of 16. Looks like, speaking of Smash Squad and Chiskel's team winning against the L3 squad there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, L3 squad, that's their second loss of, I believe that's their second loss of the group here. So we'll have to take a peek at that. PTAL going down to OV. OV staying in the race, making sure that they are at least around for that last set of matches to try and make it into the round of 16. Well done there. Hawks winning against Northern Crown. Temple Run, another 254 team, taking out GX96. Well done. Look at this. Justice taking out Zero Tolerance. Zero Tolerance is out of the playoffs. Justice, another 2.6 billion team, taking out another 4.2 billion team. Wow. That group is basically the underdogs group, and it is showing up in spades. And then finally 1008. Really doing well this Osiris League. Silently, by the way. Flying under the radar quite a bit here. 51,000 in favor of 1008 versus SK57. Well done to all the teams in Realm of Forest and all the teams in the other realms. I can't go through all of them because we're going to be prepping for the next set of matches coming up on this channel. Chiskel will be coming at 19 UTC to cast the Realm of Bastet, the 19 UTC matchup between T2A and Pokemon. So you should be very comfortable with both of these teams. This is actually me. I will be playing in this matchup here. And again, for those of you that are interested in kind of connecting with us at the caster level, in the description, you have my link to my channel. Also, Chiskel has his link to his channel. Make sure you go and check us out. Throw a like on this stream and go ahead and take some peeks at some content, some guides on our channels, and certainly stick around for this channel's cast at 19 UTC, where you can catch T2A battling it out at 19 UTC versus Pokemon. I'll see you guys then. Cheers. Have a good one and take care.